Hello friends, this is Bhatia from Sukhmani Immigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I'm a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today I'll be sharing with you complete detail of one of the best PNP programs. What are the details? What is all complete analysis I'll share with you. But before that, a small request. If you are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We talk a lot about Canadian immigration news, update, tips and tricks on this channel. If you like the video, please share it with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. Please press the bell icon so this video comes to you immediately when we upload. So without further delay, let's move on to a very important PNP program. This PNP program is called King of PNP. Why King of PNP? Because this is the only program, only single program which is much above than all the rest PNP programs. This one single program is above many provinces. Why? I will share the data with you to prove this. So, King of PNP, what is this program? This program is from Ontario. So, Ontario has a program which is called Human Capital Priority Stream. Human Capital Priority Stream, this is Ontario's program. And what is it? This is also called Tech Draw or Healthcare Draw. Although other professions are also there as a part of it, but recently only tech and healthcare people are invited. So accordingly, this is called Tech and Healthcare Draw. Now, Ontario, basically, why it is called King of PNP? This single program till now has called, and this data proves everything. Everything it proves. Right in front of you, this single program till now in this 1 year has called 14,091 people. Date by date, draw by draw, CRS by CRS, everything in front of your eyes. I am showing the data to prove it. Can you tell me any other program which has called 14,000 people? Any program, any province, not just the program, show me the province which has called 14,000 people. This single program from Ontario province called 14,091. Till now, the year has not ended. It will call more than 15,000. More than 15,000 people it will call in this year. Can you show me any province which is equivalent to this? Can you show me any PNP which is close to this? Nothing. That is why this PNP is called King of PNP. So today we will be talking about this PNP which is King of PNP. Ontario has 9 PNPs, and before I tell you about these, I have to tell a very important concept. The concept is called NOI and EOI. So NOI and EOI concept is something like if you have a profile on a marriage portal. So somebody likes your profile, likes your picture and sends you the marriage proposal. That is called NOI. They just liked your profile, they just liked your picture and they sent you marriage proposal. Notification of interest. So Ontario liked your profile in the express entry. Ontario liked your profile in the express entry and sent you notification of interest. Whereas you go and approach people, marry me, that is called expression of interest. So these are two different concepts. We are going to talk about notification of interest. So notification of interest, OINP categories, I already told you there are 9 types of it. Broadly, OINP can be divided into 3 big categories: express entry linked, expression of interest which is EOI, and entrepreneur stream. So expression of interest I have already covered in other videos also. Today I am going to talk about express entry link. Human capital comes under express entry linked. So let us look at what is there under the express entry linked. So under express entry link you have 2 big programs, big programs. The first one is Human Capital Priority Stream. The second one is Ontario Skill Trade. I have already covered Ontario Skill Trade in a detailed video. If you have not seen that, please check Ontario Skill Trade video. The third one is French speaking skilled worker. So these are the three categories. I am going to now talk about human capital priority stream. For this, it is mandatory, it is must that you have a profile in the express entry. Only then, if you have a profile in the express entry, only then you will get notification of interest. So it's mandatory to have express entry profile in the federal to get OINP notification of interest under HCP category. So now with that, let us look at the requirement of the human capital priority stream. So the requirements are work experience, education, language, settlement funds, intention to live in Ontario, and meet the skilled worker criteria. So I'll go one by one each category. So let me first touch upon the work experience, but before that, a small request again, please subscribe to the channel. Work experience. So work experience in the human capital priority stream can be divided into two categories: the federal program, which is FSW, and CEC. So FSW, Federal Skilled Worker Program, is you need to have at least 1 year of paid full-time work experience under tier 0, 1, 2 and 3. So in the last 5 years, so most important, in the last 5 years, you need to have 1 year of paid full-time work experience in tier 0, 1, 2, 3, and you have gained that work experience in Canada or overseas, both can be there. So under the CEC class, the important thing is that you need to have 1 year of experience in the last 3 years. So FSW 5 years, CEC 3 years. Tier 0, 1, 2 and 3. In the old system, this is called till knock B. So this is all right. So you must have gained your Canadian work experience. You must have gained your experience while legally maintaining your status in Canada. Whatever experience you have gained should be legal and you have the proper status at that time. So this is about the work experience. Let us move on to the second category. In the work experience, I want to highlight one more thing. The knock, the primary knock, which you have declared in the express entry, that must be the knock you have gained the work experience. So in work experience, one additional thing I want to share with you is many times it is, you see it is written 1560 hours. From where this 1560 hours is coming? 30 hours per week if you do, I am repeating, 30 hours per week if you do, then for 30 hours per week multiply by year has 52 weeks. So 52 multiplied by 30, you get 1560 hours. 30 hours is the minimum you need to have to be considered as a full-time work. Your paid work, even if it is a paid work experience, you have got paid work experience, but as a student, it will not count. Your paid work experience, even if it is on the co-op work permit, will not count. So only the experience after you finished your studies and you are on PGWP, it will be counted. So this is the thing you need to remember. Now moving on to the education. So here, very important thing I want to share with you, the education diploma will not be considered. Your 12th plus diploma will not work. You need to have minimum bachelor's degree. The bachelor's degree or master's or PhD. To go through this, your bachelor's, master's can be from any country. From Canada, great. If it is from Canada, then you don't need to get a ECA. But if it is outside Canada, even if it is from US, you need to have ECA, Education Credential Assessment, and you need to get the ECA report. That ECA report, the equivalent is what is considered. So that ECA report is again you need to also authorize OINP that they can receive the ECA report from the organization. There are 5 organizations which do ECA. VAS is most popular, but there are 4 others, right? I have covered all this in my ECA video. You can check that. So once you have the ECA report, it should say that you have minimum bachelor's. Only then you can qualify in this. So now moving on to another category, which is language. This is another requirement. The language requirement is CLB 7, Canadian Language Benchmark 7 in English or French. So for English, you can take IELTS test or you can take CELPIP. For French, you can go for TEF or TCF. So with that, now let us move on to the settlement funds. So settlement funds I have covered in a separate video. You can check that. But for now, I'll tell you what the settlement funds are. Settlement funds basically is the amount of money you need to settle here in Canada for you and your family. It depends upon the composition of your family. If you are single, then less. If you are married, then more. If you are married with kids, then more. So that depends on the composition of your family. How can you prove the settlement funds? So settlement funds you can prove by bank statement. You can prove with the help of earnings from the job and job letter in Ontario. So very important thing in this is intention to live in Ontario. So Ontario is giving you 600 points. 600 points. Ontario is giving you the PR. So how will you prove that you are also loyal to Ontario? To show your loyalty to the Ontario, you have to show your intention to live in Ontario. You can prove your ties in Ontario by the help of your driving license, by the help of the lease or ownership of the property, by the help of the job, by the help of your studies, by the help of your volunteering. So a number of ways to prove your intention to live in Ontario. Legal status in Canada. So it is important, if you are applying within the Canada, then you need to have a legal status at the time you apply and you maintain that legal status. That is very important. So now last factor is meeting the eligibility of FSW. Meeting the eligibility of FSW means what? So see, like right now the World Cup games are going on for cricket. So in World Cup also there is a qualifying round and then you enter the World Cup. So similarly, like West Indies is not able to qualify this year. So they are not participating in the World Cup. Similarly, here you need to qualify, you need to meet the eligibility criteria. For FSW, the criteria is that you need to score minimum 67 points. If you score 67 points out of 100, then you qualify and then CRS will count. So first of all, you need to qualify. So 67 matrix, the 67 points you need to get to go through the express entry. You make your profile only when you have 67 points in the express entry. So how to apply? How to apply? So you practically don't do anything. You just make a profile in the express entry and sit and relax. Wait for the notification of interest to come. So after you get notification of interest, this notification of interest will come in your express entry profile. You have 48 days to submit the application of OINP in the e-filing portal, and you have to make a one key account. So after you make the account, right, you submit your application, the application goes to Ontario, they review it, and if they find everything okay, they will give you nomination. So after you get the nomination, you will get 600 points and you can apply for the PR right away. So this is the process. Where you need to go, as I told you, this is on the e-filing portal. You need to select human capital priority stream, and the same thing I can tell you with the help of the graphic, which is easier to understand. Notification of interest you will get in your express entry profile. You don't have to do anything to get notification of interest. Notification of interest will come in your express entry profile. Once you get that notification of interest, 45 days you have to submit the application via e-filing in OINP portal, and after you submit the profile in OINP portal, you will get nomination in your express entry account. You get nomination. After the nomination, you will get you accept that nomination, most important. You accept that nomination, you get 600 points, and with this 600 points, you can get the PR straight away. So this is the entire process. I always say, this is one of the best PNPs which is there, but everything is not suitable to everyone. You may qualify in something else also. So if you need to discuss your own profile with us, more than welcome. You can book an appointment with us and discuss your profile. Our office is located in Brampton. Address, email ID, phone number. Everything is shared right here with you. And once again, very important thing, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thanks.